What up, Stackers? Big Stack McGee here. How are you doing today? It is Saturday, September 24th, and it is raining and blustery and cold and a true start to autumn out there. But happy to be here, and I'm happy to have some new silver to show you. Excited to rip into that. Just this past, yesterday actually, boy, the metals took a hit. Man, silver take almost a 4% bath, diving down to $19.14, and gold a little bit less than that, 1.7% hit down to 16.54. But for all of us that were stacking when silver prices were in the 20, 22, 24, $26, I'm not going to complain when I'm buying silver and it's at $19. So as usual, I'm in the accumulation phase. I need to get a t-shirt with that on it because I've been in the accumulation phase with precious metals for almost 10 years now. And I would assume that 10 years from now I will still be in that accumulation phase. So either way, I do have this order I'm happy to rip into. So let's just get right to it and we'll discuss what we have and maybe even talk a little bit about what's going on in the markets and all that kind of stuff. All right, that was longer and messier than I expected it to be. I started cutting into that package and all that little fuzzy stuff started coming out, so I had to bail and just cut it, and now I got junk all over my desk. But that's how it goes sometimes here for Big Stack. All right, what we have here is a beautiful 10-ounce silver bar by Nadir Metals and Refining. Super shiny. Nice little loaf. As I said, everything's been shined up. Here's a profile. All right, this does come with a little assay card here. Give you an idea what that looks like. Silver certificate. How valuable are these things? How worth holding on to, I guess I should say. Don't really know. When you have a 10-ounce silver bar, among the most liquid forms of silver that are out there, most people will not dispute that this is silver, but it's always nice to have, I guess. Nadir Metal Refiner. 999.9. I have that silver sound. I love 10-ounce silver bars. They form the mainstay of my generic part of my stack. I have no idea how many 10-ounce silver bars I have, but I got a bunch. Maybe sometime it would be fun to lay all those out and just take a look at those. But a little bit annoyed at the way they sent this. This had a plastic film that I took out, which is fine. It's going to keep it nice, I guess. But there's definitely like a sticky substance. Like there must have been something in this that like helped it to seal, but that came off on the bar. And so as I rub it, I feel like a sticky part. Now I could probably just wipe it down with a towel or whatever, but it's just more work, and I shouldn't have to do that. So a little bit annoyed at that. Why do that? All right, so a couple thoughts. So, boy, as the Fed keeps raising interest rates in an effort to battle inflation, the markets just take a pounding, right? And I think I mentioned to you before that I do have money that's in the markets, mostly in the form of index funds. I'd like to track the S&P. It's just easy for me. I am not smart when it comes to buying individual stocks and things like that, but being kind of a follower of Dave Ramsey, that's one of the things that he talks about is using index funds. And Warren Buffett, of course, talking about how it's really really tough for a fund manager to beat what the track of the S&P. So it's kind of a no-brainer, right? My dad, who is a little bit more knowledgeable about investing, he's one of those that once it's in, like he's a dollar cost averager over time with funds, and he says he just leaves it in. So like right now, it's down about 24% on the year to date, and so my dad's got his funds, and he just keeps adding to them or whatever throughout the time, and dollar cost averaging it down, and that helps that over time that when it does climb out, as it inevitably will, unless of course you have the collapse of everything that we know, he'll come out ahead in the long run, right? And so he says that people that move their money in and out of the market, it's like you have to make two good decisions, right? When to get out and when to get back in. And well, I got out at the top of the year. Okay, so I have not lost the 24% in the S&P that everyone else have that left them in, like my dad. But then the question is when to put it back in. Like right now, when everyone's kind of fearful, that's usually when it's a good time to invest in the market. Now, I'm not here as an investment channel, but I'm just talking about money moves because I have money to put into precious metals. I have money to put into my retirement accounts and things like that. When I take everything that I have, and I've done a video on this in the past, the metals represent about 10% of my portfolio, which is usually what they say. When you look at all your assets and things like that. So while I continue buying this, I also invest in other areas as well. So I know there are some of you watching this that think that the markets are absolute hogwash and you stay away from a 10-foot pole, and I totally understand that. But it's just part of my long-term play, whether they're up or down. You would really have to see the financial collapse, I think, of the United States to have that not be a good idea, in my opinion. Now, again, everyone else has different opinions, but I'm at that point where I have to think, is it a good time to start getting back in? Because in my head, it's down 24%. Inevitably, I feel like it's going to come out of that. It might be a year. I don't know how it's going to be up and down. It's going to probably continue going down as the Fed keeps raising interest rates. But maybe I'll put half in and then save the other half in case it goes down further, and maybe put that in then if that happens. But I'm curious if any of you are in the same boat. So I would love to hear in the comments if any of you are in that same boat, whether it's part of your retirement package through work and you have to allocate where that money goes or whatever. So I just have chunks of money in both Roth IRAs and also my own retirement accounts that I have to make choices like that with. So just curious. And yeah, it's kind of bleak out there. Boy, everything's so expensive. It's insane. My wife and I went on a big grocery shopping spree because we just needed a lot of food around the house. And we spent $500 at Walmart for groceries. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, man, it just hurts. And everyone's in that same boat. But I will say this, it makes me very happy to not have debt weighting me down because I can't imagine having to manage paying off a mortgage or car payments and things like that. And then, of course, trying to invest and then trying to clothe and feed your family and all that kind of business. So for those of you that are still in debt, I urge you to consider take some steps to try to get out of debt before you get totally into stacking. Because, for someone that's done it as long as I have, it goes up and it goes down. And at no point, even when silver was down to $14 an ounce, it's like it's not worth it to try to pour tons of money in it down there so you can sell it a year later and hopefully it's, more. I think it's just, I'm a long-term player in the metals and I'm going to continue to do that. So there are many of you out there that are wiser than I am. But at any rate, a little bit of some stuff going on. I would love to hear some comments based on what you think about what I just said. All right, one more look at this beautiful Nadir Metal Refining bar, 10 ounce. Very nice. All right, so some things coming up. I'm sure in the near future regarding the stacking, you're going to see us a few more quarters because I got to finish that box. I'm so close. So I'm going to try to get that done. And a little bit more gold, perhaps. And then I think I'd like to do some comparisons. Maybe I will try to do all my 10-ounce silver bars, and maybe I'll do the same thing with the kilos again. I don't know. We got some fun things coming up, but I appreciate you watching this, and I just hope that all the rest of you have a fantastic weekend. This is Big Stack McGee, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. See ya.